Most of us know the feeling of driving into a crowded parking garage. You creep along the endless rows of cars, craning your neck, relying entirely on luck and guesswork to spot an open space. Imagine checking into a hotel where the front desk had no idea which rooms were occupied. You would have to walk down every hallway, trying the doorknobs yourself. That sounds ridiculous, but it is exactly how traditional parking lots operate. Now imagine if that parking lot had its own digital receptionist, a system that knew exactly which rooms were empty before you even pulled up to the entrance. This is the concept behind the Internet of Things, or IoT. At its core, IoT is simply a way to give physical objects, like a concrete parking space, a digital voice, allowing them to communicate their status over the internet. Solving this blind spot has a massive impact. When drivers aren't forced to circle the block for 20 minutes, localized carbon emissions drop sharply. At the same time, city planners suddenly gain a clear map of exactly when and where traffic bottlenecks are forming. Upgrading a parking system to use this technology eliminates systemic waste. We take a passive slab of concrete and we turn it into an active piece of city infrastructure. To see exactly how this works, let's zoom in on a single car pulling into a single parking spot. At the back of the space, we place an ultrasonic sensor. You can think of this as the system's eyes. It works a lot like a bat using echolocation. The sensor sends out a pulse of high-frequency sound. If a car pulls in, that sound wave hits the front bumper and bounces back. By timing how long the echo takes to return, the sensor knows exactly how close the car is. That sensor is wired directly into a microcontroller, a tiny computer chip like an Arduino. This is the local brain of our parking spot. It takes that raw echo data and calculates whether the spot is occupied or empty. Once the brain makes a decision, it sends an electrical command to a servo motor. The motor acts as a muscle. Depending on the setup, this muscle turns a gear that lifts an entry gate, or it switches a light above the space from green to red. Together, the sensor, the brain, and the motor create a localized reflex loop. Without a human doing a thing, the hardware detects a physical change and immediately reacts to it. We have our physical reflex, but we still have a logistical problem. How does that tiny computer chip share its open or closed status with a driver looking at their phone halfway across town? To bridge that gap, the microcontroller uses a built-in Wi-Fi module. Every few seconds, it fires off a lightweight data packet. Think of it as a tiny digital postcard, up to a centralized cloud database. This diagram shows how we organize thousands of those digital postcards at once. Look at the bottom layer. These basic and advanced units are what we call edge devices. That is just a fancy way of saying they are the hardware living right there on the ground, at the edge of the system. These devices take the raw information from the sensors and translate it into a digital language that the internet can understand. Up here at the cloud and application layers, the platform gathers thousands of these digital postcards. It organizes the data instantly, which allows mobile apps to show drivers a live, real-time map of open spaces. Making sure those postcards send correctly requires a rulebook. That is where the software code comes in. Writing the code is just like writing a simple recipe for the hardware to follow. The recipe has two main phases. First is the setup phase, where the microcontroller wakes up, connects to Wi-Fi, and prepares to listen. Then comes the loop phase. This runs endlessly. The chip uses a command to read the sensor, updates the cloud, waits a few seconds, and does it all over again. Programming a smart parking node is really just writing a list of instructions. You are teaching raw hardware how to intelligently report its daily life to the rest of the world. The logic we just built for one parking space works exactly the same way when you scale it up to cover a massive hospital barrage or a sprawling shopping mall. Expanding into the real world brings practical challenges. If you mount an ultrasonic sensor out in the open, heavy rain, snow, or blowing leaves will bounce the sound waves back too early. The brain will mistakenly think a car is there, ruining the accuracy of your data. Reliable deployments require strict physical and digital protections. The hardware must be sealed in rugged, waterproof enclosures to survive the weather, and the Wi-Fi network carrying those digital postcards must be heavily encrypted to prevent outside interference. When thousands of these secure, accurate sensors come online, cities gain a powerful new tool. Traffic management systems can identify when a downtown parking lot reaches capacity and immediately update electronic street signs to route cars toward quieter neighborhoods before a traffic jam ever forms. The ultimate application removes the human driver entirely. An autonomous vehicle relies on an array of sensors to navigate. As it approaches a destination, it can securely talk directly to the parking grid, reserve an open space, and drive straight to it. Connecting low-cost sensors to the cloud solves the daily annoyance of parking. It also takes thousands of static spaces and binds them together into a data-driven nervous system, laying the groundwork for a more sustainable city.